guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So who else has heard this phrase? You need to grow up, you need to start acting your age, stop collecting and playing with the toys, stop with the video games, and move on to something else. Have you guys heard that before? Well, today I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive on this topic here and just talk about some of the things that I have heard and a little bit of, these comparisons out there. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So you are not the only one out there who has actually been told this. There has been an article recently where they talked about kid adults. So these kid adults are what they call them, and they are essentially funding this entire market. They are the biggest source of buying these toys and other items in today's time. So you are not alone. You're not the only person out there who does this. There is an entire community of people, but there are still some people who just don't understand this hobby. They don't understand what it's like to collect these action figures, collect these toys, and, it's just odd. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you never miss out on any new videos. So essentially, with so many people out there collecting, so many people out there hunting down these toys, these action figures, creating displays for them, and most of them are adults in today's time. So how is that essentially any different than sports memorabilia collectors or people who enjoy sports? They don't get criticized. Collecting helmets, baseballs, footballs, the sports teams, used equipment, things like that, dressing up in jerseys to watch a game, not even playing these games. So it's just odd that people kind of pick and choose which things are acceptable and which things are told, to be on the lesser side or something that is kind of looked down upon. It's just so odd to see that in today's time. Now, it's really just what is socially accepted. And you even have people out there who collect clothing, collect shoes, accessories, and most of the time they only wear some of these items once or twice, and they have all of these different shoes kind of in displays. So why aren't people getting on those people who are collecting this stuff and essentially spending their money how they choose to? People play dress up, essentially. So how is it that toy collectors are often looked down upon? I just really don't understand that when we all go out there and we enjoy our own different things. So let's just jump into why adults would even consider collecting toys. Collecting these video games, these items, these action figures that were once geared towards children. And essentially, they are marketed towards children. Now, you do have some of those collector's items that are geared towards adults, but I'm talking about the majority of the toys that especially I have in my collection. So maybe these people remember something from their childhood, something that sparks those memories, that nostalgia. Maybe they enjoy these things as it was a much simpler time out there. The good old days is what we kind of reminisce on. What about all of the adult stresses that are out there? So everyone's always stressed out nowadays, and just work and family life and everything else is just so much at times. So it's definitely good to enjoy something or even be passionate about something. So this is where often, collectors kind of come together and they create this community of other people who enjoy these items as well. It's just something to kind of lift their spirits. Now, we all have money as adults, or at least a lot of us do, or we work hard for the things that we want to collect and we don't want to miss out on life as it goes on. So how many times as a child did you want something back in the day, but your family just couldn't afford it? I know that was the case several times, and we were always on some sort of budget, or I had to find, these hand-me-downs or used toys at flea markets and thrift stores back in the day. So now, of course, as you become an adult, you get more money, you're working hard towards something, you want to reward yourself, and you want something that you're going to spend your extra money on. So most of the time, these collectors, that's what they do. And they even think of it as some sort of investment. If you buy an item or you hunt and you find these deals out there for just a couple dollars, and then you could turn around and sell it to collectors in this market for hundreds of dollars, that is definitely something that's very appealing in today's time. And even the collectibles, staying in the boxes, the packaging, finding these rare figures, toys, many of which were taken out of the boxes and played with. It's just so much more difficult to find some of these great shape items, these complete items, and that's kind of like this thrill of the hunt that definitely feeds a lot of these collectors out there. And if you think about it, it's a little bit different for adult collectors as opposed to kids back in the day. So back in the day, we would just play with our toys, we would beat them all up, we'd throw them across the concrete, they'd have like these big elaborate battle scenes, and often our toys would get damaged. I have countless Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys from back in the day where their arms and legs would just fall off. But as we are adults, we're not really playing with the toys per se, but we just enjoy looking at them. We enjoy creating these like cool little scenes, definitely things that we remember from back in the day, and maybe something that we wanted to do back in the day, but now we can actually afford to, buying those big play sets, kind of having these dioramas, these different scenes. We decorate with them. We set them up for display, we group them, pose them into cool scenes, we even dust them. We protect them, and that's very similar to sports memorabilia out there. They make pretty cool little cases for helmets, baseballs, hockey pucks, and of course the list goes on. So why not would collectors who enjoy some of these other items take advantage of that as well? So why is one essentially accepted and why is one mocked out there? That's just insane to me. If it is something that doesn't really impact you and the other person's having fun, why did they have to grow up? Why did they have to change their lifestyle if that's essentially what they like? And even these companies today, they are essentially marketing towards the collector, these adults. They create these cool packaging, they create all of these like awesome little display pieces, and sometimes they even put collectibles on there, or they put for display only, not really like a toy. So I just love how these different companies are doing that, but essentially it's all about the money, and it's people out there marketing towards adults who they know essentially have money. So we shouldn't have to be embarrassed going to stores, buying toys, and people always assume when I'm out at a location that I'm buying this for my child or for someone else, and it's just always the case. They never ask if it's for me. So, these items essentially that I'm buying, I shouldn't have to feel embarrassed. I shouldn't have to, make up a whole pretend family just to feel better about collecting something that I enjoy and something that I'm passionate about. And I say other people need to grow up and change their judgments. It's not fair to create all of these different judgments against different people. It's just really not fair. So if you want to collect, you shouldn't have to feel odd about it. You should be able to enjoy this collecting. Even be proud of it. If it helps you relax or feel accomplished, then you should completely do this. You should be out there collecting, enjoying the things that you love. And we all need our own zen. We need our happiness. We need our passion. So what do you guys think about this topic? Do you guys often hear that? Have you heard it ever in your life? Just let me know in the comments below. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.